What if the key to understanding the present lies in a journey back to the past? When it comes to interpreting the US Constitution, this question is at the heart of a method known as originalism. This method asserts that the Constitution should be interpreted according to the intent of its framers, or the original meaning of its provisions at the time they were adopted. To delve into the concept of originalism, it's beneficial to first understand its key features. Originalists attempt to unveil the views of those who created and ratified the Constitution. They often examine historical documents, such as the Federalist Papers and records from the Constitutional Convention. It's like conducting an archaeological dig into the minds of the Founding Fathers, seeking to unearth their intentions and understandings. Another significant aspect of originalism is the emphasis on the historical context in which the Constitution was drafted. It's not just about the words on the parchment, but the world surrounding those words. By understanding the societal, political, and legal landscape of the late 18th century, originalists strive to apply the Founding Fathers' intentions to modern contexts. One concrete example of originalism in action is the US Supreme Court case, McDonald v. Chicago, in 2010. This case centered on the Second Amendment, specifically the phrase, "the right of the people to keep and bear arms." The court, adopting an originalist approach, sought to understand this phrase as it was intended in the late 18th century. To do so, they delved into historical documents and debates, exploring the original meaning of the right of the people to keep and bear arms. The court concluded that this right was understood to be an individual one, applicable to all citizens, and not merely a collective right tied to service in a militia. This interpretation led the court to rule that the Second Amendment was applicable to the states through the 14th Amendment, striking down a Chicago law that effectively banned handguns. So, what have we uncovered? Originalism is a method of constitutional interpretation that emphasizes the framers' intent and the historical context of the Constitution's drafting. It requires a deep dive into history, seeking to apply the original meaning of the Constitution's provisions to today's world. This approach was clearly demonstrated in the McDonald v. Chicago case, where the Supreme Court used originalism to interpret the Second Amendment. In a world that's constantly evolving, originalism provides a tether to the past, a way of grounding interpretations of the Constitution in the intentions and understandings of those who first crafted it. It's a fascinating approach, one that continues to shape legal debates and court decisions to this day. Whether one agrees with it or not, understanding originalism is an essential part of understanding the ongoing conversation about the Constitution's meaning